So here we are demonstrating how to solve trigonomic equations with trigonomic manipulatives. And today our equation is sine minus tangent times cosine minus cotangent is equal to sine minus 1 times cosine minus 1. And so to start off, we're going to start on the left side. And the first thing that we want to do in our equation is simplify in terms of cosines and sines. So if we flip tangent over, we can see the tangent is equal to sine over cosine. And if we flip cotangent over, we can see that cotangent is equal to cosine over sine. So now that our terms are simplified, we can FOIL them. So first we start with sine times cosine is equal to sine cosine. And then we have minus sine times cosine over sine, which simplifies to cosine because the sine cancels out. And then we have sine cosine times cosine, which simplifies to a minus sine, since this time the cosines cancel out. And then lastly, we have sine cosine times cosine over sine. And since the cosine and the sine both cancel out, and we're multiplying a negative by negative, this turns into a plus 1. Okay, can we pause there? Okay, so now our left side reads sine cosine minus cosine minus sine plus 1. So now we have to prove that this is equal to the left side. And our left side again is sine minus 1 times cosine minus 1. So the first thing that okay, now on the right side we want to prove that sine minus 1 times cosine minus 1 is equal to our sine cosine minus sine plus 1. So the first thing that we're going to do, since this side is already simplified into terms of sines and cosines, we're going to start by FOILing. So the first thing we have when you multiply sine and cosine is our sine cosine. And then sine times negative 1 is equal to a minus sine. And then negative 1 times cosine is equal to a minus cosine. And then our negative 1 plus another negative 1, again, since we're multiplying two negative numbers together, and 1 times 1 is 1, we get a plus 1. Okay, now we can replace the right side with our simplified version, and now we see that sine cosine minus sine plus 1 is equal to sine cosine minus cosine plus 1.